Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So the video today is on a 2007 Mercedes CLK. This particular model is the 220 CDI engine. Hopefully it will not matter. The problem with this car is the following. Let me turn the ignition on. I think I don't even need... Where's the barrel? Where's there? I don't even think I need to start this. There we go. So that's our... Oh my god, what's this? Shut up. How do you disable this thing? Crap. Why it doesn't go off? How do I disable the thing in there? That's the parking sensors, but I don't know if they are. Hold on a second. Right, they actually went off on their own. I don't know if this is the original thing. It looks like it is, the original parking system, but I don't see where to turn them off. Anyway, they're off for now, so let's carry on. So that's my issue, as you can easily see. This is not the position 2, this is the position 2. But in position 1 straight away, you can see SRS, restrain, defective, visit workshop, and we have the SRS on your right light on. The warning light is on. Now, I'm definitely not the first one looking at this, because as soon as I walked in, we have that. So this looks like the original from the car. Someone fitted a scrap one, and obviously looks like the problem persisted. So yeah, let's gonna try to figure out what's wrong and see if we can actually fix it. Then just replace parts for the sake of it. So yeah, let's gonna plug in the maxi-sys, give it a scan, and see exactly what it tells us. Okay, and while the maxi-sys was booting, I decided to do a quick test to see if the buckle here is actually working, and it looks like it is. Obviously, again, I don't know if that one is working or not, but it doesn't really matter for now. So what I've done is, if you open this door, now you would pretend that someone walked in, and once you close the door, that seatbelt aiding system, hide seat, I don't know. When you close, that comes forward, right? Now, that goes back on a timer if you just leave it like that, or will go back straight away as soon as you buckle the seat. The seat belt, sorry. So, as soon as I put that in, that should retract. So, this is definitely working. Obviously, we'll be able to check this on live data as well, but it is working to me. That's working absolutely fine. So now we're going to do a quick test onto this. I'm not going to go on auto scan. I'm just going to go straight to airbags. That's most likely what controls this, obviously. Hence the airbag light on. And let's see what we have in here. Read codes. Oh dear. Oh dear me. So the last one, the 900B, is a store code, which means it could be that that's bad, or it could be that that was when they had these out. I don't know, guys. We do have, I don't like that, voltage control module is too low. And then we have that one that is stored in current, AD76 control module, N2/7, which is the airbag module, is faulty. Oh dear me. Is that because the battery voltage went low and corrupted the module? Is that a crash event code? I don't know. I never seen that code, so I'm not 100% sure what to do next. Let me think. Just let me think for a minute. Okay, so I had the bonnet open, I've checked the front of the car, I've been checking the car around, see if there's any signs of the car being in an accident. I know it's probably a silly thing, but that code, guys, even a quick Google search doesn't really show me nothing. So I'm not sure what that code is for, but I think I have something already planned to do on it. I'm gonna try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So what am I gonna try to do? And this is what I'm thinking about. So probably I should plug in the star, see if there's any extra information on this particular code or not. But I think I'm not gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assume, probably wrong, I hope not, that this code is because of that. So maybe a low voltage event has done something to the module, and the module got faulty. So what I'm gonna do, as you can probably imagine, is I'm gonna try to reflash that module. Okay, so yeah, let's gonna try to do that and go from there. Okay, so first things first, plugged in the power supply to maintain the voltage. Is on nearly 13 volts. The first thing I've done was back up the coding, the vehicle coding data and SCN data. So that's all done. Now we're going to proceed with the programming and coding. And see what happens from there. See if that works, if that fixes my unit or not. Again, guys, I never had this issue. First time, so let's gonna do this. Okay, and looks like there is no flashing capabilities for this particular module. The only thing I can do in there is changing some settings, changing the coding, and obviously restore the coding. I'm back into the airbag unit, just checking some live data. So as you can see, the buckle is working perfect. So looks like I cannot flash this airbag module with the Maxi Cs. Right, I think it's time, and that's what I'm going to do next. I think it's time to connect the star and see if that gives us any extra information. Maybe that it does, maybe that it doesn't. But yeah, let's see what we have in there. See if that's of any help. Okay, star is connected. It's already loading the car details, etc. Let's gonna navigate to airbag module again and see what we get from there. Okay, and DAS actually allowed me to clear the other codes. Don't know why the Maxi Cs was not allowing me to, but DAS allowed me to, so I just ran a clear codes, and this is the only code left. If I do, let me see, if I select that and I do this, so the DAS is going to try to tell me the possible cause and remedy, and as you can see in there, replace control module, restraint systems control unit, and then it tells me, note, this fault code cannot be erased even in the stored state. So which means we're not going to be able to clear this code. And this, from my research, I actually found not a lot, but I found a little bit of information on this now, a little bit more time spent researching, and it looks like this is a fault similar, I'm not going to say it's the same, but it's similar to what happened to the BMW airbag modules, if you remember on my 7 Series when I replaced my airbag module. So it looks like this is a similar issue, where the module just faults internally. If it's capacitors, whatever that might be, I don't know. But I think from here, guys, there's no rocket science of how we're going to proceed. We're going to get to the airbag module, which I'm going to presume is going to be somewhere here, I guess. And yeah, and that's what we're going to do. Take it out, maybe get a replacement one, open it, see if we see anything that looks suspicious, and but yeah, and go from there. Okay, module is out. The module fits on the car. Well, there is an arrow there facing this way, so the plug goes here. The front, there's only 3 screws. There's no screw on that side. I had to pull these back. I can't really take it off because of this cable here that goes into this. but you only need to pull it back. You have 2 screws. Let me show you guys, just in case. So you lift that carpet and you have 2 screws right there at the back. Then you remove this trim here and you have 2 down here, which they will go there and there, but obviously this is pulled back here and here. Once you take these off, you can take the cigarette thingy, the cigarette lighter, whatever you want to call it, the ashtray, I'll say. You can pull that out. Then you have 2 screws here at the back and you pull this trim off. Sorry, the screws are for the cigarette lighter. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. These here at the top, I think you just pull it out and they will come out, or not. No. You need to take, yeah, you need to take these off. Then there's 2 screws here at the bottom, one there, and you pull this other bit. Then you need to pull this one. It just clips in, and then you expose the screws for the radio unit. Take the radio unit. Why do you need to take the radio unit? You probably don't need to. I prefer to do it because there is, to remove this screw, the screw further, let me put it here. To remove this screw, I just put a socket through here at the back, all the way down, and you pull it out. That's how I've done it. Anyway, let's kind of open these modules just quickly, see if there's anything on it, but probably it's not going to be nothing, and it might just needs a replacement. We'll see how it goes. Okay, module opened. Made a few measurements on these big capacitors here. Measured all these tiny capacitors all the way around, looking for anything that would be possibly short or something like that. Visually, nothing wrong, by the way. Visually looks okay to me. Can't really see nothing sort of like burned or anything like that. Here is a inertia switch, which you can hear it working, so everything looks okay. So really don't know. I think I'm gonna have to get a replacement. Speak with the owner, see if he can bring me one, and then we'll get it programmed, I guess. Right, and a week later, not even joking, a week later, the guy came a little bit desperate to get the car back, but I think he soon realized that wouldn't happen. Anyway, I spoke with the owner. I don't know if I mentioned that already. If I didn't, I will say it now. From what I then managed to research a little bit further, the fault that this module was reporting, it is actually a common fault with these cars, the W209, and I think the C class as well, which I believe is the 208, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's a common fault with these modules. Apparently, this is a similar fault to, if you guys remember, on my 7 Series, when I had to replace the module, which there is reports that replacing those 2 big capacitors, these on the BMW, on the BMW one, replacing the 2 big capacitors apparently solves the problem. I never got that far because of the price of the capacitors. In this case, I could try the capacitors, but I didn't have this particular capacitor size and specifications. Plus, guys, this module, the owner dropped me this module the day before yesterday. I was working for the last 2 days, couldn't do nothing really. So, but anyway, he dropped me the module here. You know what's going on with second-hand parts with me. So anyway, he dropped me this, and guys, but I had a look on eBay. You can get these modules for less than £10. I'm not even joking. You can get these modules on eBay for like 7 quid, 9 quid. Honestly, I would spend more buying 2 capacitors plus all the hassle to get them replaced to maybe or maybe not solve the problem. So I think it doesn't worth the hassle. I think you need to, when it comes to this, you really need to think, is really worth to waste my time? You know, it's for the sake of 10 quid? No, not really. So we have the new module. So now let me take a little bit through what I've done just before. Now, another thing is, in case if you are doing this, you need to put the module all the way back in there and tie it up with a screw, or you need a good ground on the case. I was using this little wire to ground the case through this wire that tights on top of the airbag module. So I was grounding it through here with this little wire, and the module wouldn't boot up. I couldn't communicate with the module, so I had to actually put the module in there, tidy it properly, and then again communications again. Why did I put it there? Literally to back up the coding from the module. I think it's a quite simple coding, to be fair. It's just tell them if you have emergency call, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't have on this car. And I think it's also you need to tell the module if there is side airbags on the rear, which in this case there isn't. So that's about it. I think it's the only two things you need to know about it. But I just backed up the settings, and hopefully that will do the job. If it doesn't, if something happened, we'll have to do that manually. But also, so why do I have the maxi seats now, by the way? Right, so this is a few days later. The star is all packed up and stored. Again, the maxi seats is way quicker to grab and go, basically. And also because I'm curious to see if the maxi seats is actually capable to do this, because you guys might be more interested in know if the maxi seats can do it than the star. The star, obviously, he will do it. The maxi seats will be interesting to see if he can do it. The way this works, guys, if I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not, so as we go along I'll take you through. But what you need to do, I believe, is we need to unlock the module. Okay, once we unlock the module, that will allow us to do a initial startup again. And once the initial startup is done, I'm not sure if the maxi seats locks the module again or not. If it doesn't, we need to lock the module again. By the way, throughout this process you need to program the VIN number as well. Forgot about that. So yeah, so it's basically how we do it is unlock, initial startup or program, and then lock the module again. Okay, so that's how it's done. So with no further ado, guys, let's gonna do it. Let's gonna put the replacement module in there, make sure we don't have the same fault as the old one to start with, and go from there. Okay, so the module is kind of in place, so that's the ground I was talking about. We'll finish the other screws later. This is just so we get the module aligned if it doesn't need to come out again. So I'm gonna have to come out of all of these because it's still in the old module or on the original module. So we're gonna have to come back to get the new settings, load the module again, and go from there. Okay, before we do that, let's go into scan this. I think I might gonna have to connect the charger control unit, body. Let's see which faults we have on this. As far as we don't have the same fault, that's good. That's a good sign. Okay, so front passenger, blah 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 blah, stored, blah 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 blah, all stored and current. VIN number, okay, this is beautiful. So let me show you. I didn't cycle the ignition, but it shouldn't make a difference. Obviously my airbag light is still on, it doesn't go off, so no faults detected. But I'm sure if I come out of the module it's going to come up again. Let me cycle the ignition. We will have the last fault I've showed you, which was for the VIN number. You guys might wonder why I have this. Was purely because I couldn't communicate with the module and I was wondering what the hell was going on, and it was just a lack of ground. Right, there we go. So my fault now is 9077, and as you can see, an expected VIN in control module N2/7 and electronic ignition switch module are not exactly the same. That's it, really. So let's gonna see if the maxi seats can actually program this and get this job completed. Okay, the battery is back on, is back up to 1240, so it should be alright, I hope. I hope. Now I'm not gonna take a chance. Let me put the charger, guys. Just hold a second. That's better. 1274. Okay. Yeah, don't take any chances, guys. Right, so let's gonna go to program encoding. So ignition is on. It's gonna go to airbag module. Now we're gonna go to initial startup. I don't think it will allow me to do the initial startup because the module is locked, or will. The following through the functions, control module shall have already been installed. Yes. Auto carry out step. Choose one step. Okay. Coding of vehicle equipment. Will he allow me to do this? Coding is impossible. Is already interlocked. There we go. So I was not wrong that we need to take these off first. Backup. Okay, so control module lock. Control module is released. Yes. Okay, we'll tell him to unlock. Okay, let's go back. There we go. So now he allows me to do it. There we go. That brings you to here. So right hand steering, that's correct. Emergency call is not present. Rear side airbags are not present. Yeah, so that's all it is. Sensing system, there isn't one, and rear side airbags there isn't. So let's gonna say send. Yes. I think at this point I could probably back up the other what you call it, the other coding I backed up from the other module, but we'll do it this way. Control module is resetting, and I think next is going to ask me for the VIN number. Is now reading the code again. Okay, so now he's asking me for the VIN number. Obviously that's the old VIN number. So let me see if he shows me. No, he doesn't. So for example, no. I thought, okay, so read from the vehicle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the actually car's VIN number over there. So that came from 203. And this is a 209. So let's gonna do it. I'm gonna input that and then we'll move from there. There we go. Just sorry about that. Just copy the VIN number. Now we're gonna press OK. Yes, it's correct. Is the coding to be transmitted to the new module? Yes, it is. The coding is carried out. So it's resetting the module again. I could have probably make a separate video just for this programming. Probably would reach out more people, but I might try on a thumbnail or something like that, showing that there is a programming in this video. So that's all done now, completed, and now we need to it says it's automatically locked, so also only on known new modules it needs. What have I done? My bad guys, I misread something there. So I've just came back into the module, scanned the module, no faults detected. So yeah, it locks the module right at the end of the, if there is no faults, it will lock the module straight away after the programming. So let's kind of start this thing up and see if my airbag light goes off, which it did go off. Right, so that is brake light left, yeah, whatever. So guys, look at that, beautiful. So I'm really happy actually that the Maxi Cs can actually perform this programming. Quite simple really. It's just the unlocking of the module that possibly not all the tools will be capable of doing, but the Maxi Cs actually does the job pretty straightforward. Okay, obviously this car was quite simple, was just the rear side airbags. If it's something more complicated, I would definitely recommend to back up the wall coding of the car in case if there is multiple things that needs to be selected, if you're 100% sure of all the coding for your particular car. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is quickly put all these back on and wrap up the video really. Okay, everything has been put back together, so the car is all assembled. I did a auto scan, did a quick erase, everything is gone off, absolutely fault free, as you can see. I'm not gonna say some faults will not come back when you start the car, but guys, the airbag was the only thing I was asked to look at. Let's gonna start this thing just to make sure there is no funny lights other than that brake lamp and that yellow light, which the owner can sort that himself. And as you can see, there is no faults for the airbag systems anymore. And in the end, guys, was just a bad module. I'm not sure about this latch. Might be that there is a fault with it. I don't know why they replaced it. I think the only way to know was by plug it in, plug it again. I'm not gonna do it, just gonna leave it, whatever. But for this video, guys, that's it. Problem found, problem fixed. With no further ado, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope there's some information here you can find useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, just put them below, guys. And like always, thank you for watching.